So we move to the introduction. In this era, many companies had to survive not only for increase their revenue, at the same time they have a problem in environmental as well. So in this presentation, I will talk about KFC, which means number 1, for environmental issues in KFC. Number 2, environmental caused by the industry. 3, green practice strategies. 4, technology adoption. And lastly, how technology helps to reduce environmental impact.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I want to talk about my point, environmental issue. Okay, my first point is farming that used for the food production can increase the carbon dioxide, such as the chicken farm, beef farm. Okay, and then my second point is used cooking oil for the food restaurant can give the pollution, such as water pollution, if it doesn't manage well. And then for my last point is the food packaging that used to pack the food from the production can give the pollution if it's become the rubbish and it didn't manage well. That's all.
Number 1, KFC commits to sustainable packaging. KFC of Plano, Texas has announced a new global sustainability commitment that all plastic-based consumer-facing packaging will be recoverable or reusable by 2025. Several markets have already announced plans to reduce the use of certain plastics. For example, KFC Singapore's intention to stop providing plastic straws and cup lids in its 84 restaurants. KFC Romania and France common goal to replace all plastic straws with paper, and KFC India's removal of consumer plastic bags from their restaurant and ongoing transition to sustainable alternative for plastic cups, bowl, sporks and straws. Number 2, repurposing old staff uniform. KFC has devised an environmentally friendly strategy to dispose of its 60,000 old staff uniform by repurposing them into 25,000 meter square feet of carpet underlay, which will be sold commercially. It's incredibly important that we look for ways to repurpose unneeded products from our stores and reduce waste and energy consumption across our entire restaurant network, said KFC Australia Chief Supply Chain Officer Michael Clark. The issue arose after KFC opted to introduce 25,000 newly designed uniforms across more than 600 of its stores, and it wanted to ensure the old uniforms were disposed in an environmentally friendly manner.
Okay, next, let's talk about technology adoption. In this subtopic, I will tell you how technology that this company, which is KFC, use help to reduce environmental impact. The first point is this company KFC using 3D bioprinting process to make chicken, to trim meat consumption and fix food chain by taking less original meat. From Roger ALK 2022 January 4, the topic is KFC to launch plant-based fried chicken made with Beyond Meat. From this article, we know that KFC want to use less chicken meat and use organic plant and some chemical to make it a copy of milk that tastes same as the original milk. 3D printed milk could significantly reduce the environmental impact of meat consumption. The technology can help us to save water, land, energy that would otherwise be used in traditional animal agriculture. It also eliminates the need for antibiotics in the meat production. 3D printed meat may sound very promising for a sustainable future, but it is still a few years away from being commercially viable because in this project, KFC want to launch bioingradable 3D printed meat that made from plants just in limited time because they want to see how our people react to their promotion.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about using strawless lids for soft drink and reduce straw usage. Based on the Straits Times article, the subject is all 84 KFC outlets to stop providing plastic straws and lids for drinks. Singapore. Fast food chain KFC will no longer provide plastic straws or use plastic lids for drinks when customers dine at its 84 outlets here from June 20 in an initiative to go green. The move will save an estimate 17.9 tons of single-use plastics in a year, it announced on Monday, which is June of 18. KFC will also review and introduce the use of more biodegradable packaging, it added. We acknowledge the strain that single-use plastics put on our environment and are taking steps to do our part in endeavoring a change, said its General Manager, Lynette Lee. We recognize that every little bit counts and are proud to be the first fast food restaurant in Singapore to champion this movement. One straw at a time, she added in the statement. However, plastic lids will still be used for takeaways. The move has earned KFC praise from environment-conscious Singaporeans, including Singapore Youth for Climate Action member Pamela Low. Mrs. Low told the Straits Times that while the announcement was unexpected, she was happy to hear that KFC is taking steps to cut down its use of plastic. I'm happy that KFC didn't just stop with plastic straws, but went further to stop using plastic lids as well, said the 22-year-old undergraduate. KFC is the latest business to stop using plastic disposables and its outlets after 6 hotels pledged to stop using single-use plastic straws, stirrers, cutlery, toiletry, bottles and plastic bags on June of 1. At least one food court has also gone plastic straw-free, according to Straits Times report in April. The Koufu Food Court at Singapore Management University stopped using plastic straws and has introduced biodegradable takeaway packaging as well as reusable utensils. Koufu's Chief Development Officer David Yang said it will monitor the overall response before deciding whether to further the initiative to its other outlets. McDonald's told the Straits Times it will be testing straw alternatives in selected countries. We will learn from these tests around the world to develop solutions that are feasible and scalable for us in Singapore, it said.
So, we move to the end of this presentation. So, not only KFC have this environmental issue, other companies also have the same problems. To avoid this problem, the other companies had to change their strategies if the old strategies are failed. The other companies can try to use the same method like KFC used, which is using green practice strategies, which is using sustainable packaging. And the other company also can use technology to help reduce environmental impact. That's all from me. Thank you.